and welcome to the 2022 Read Across Kenosha. I'm Marcia Siehr, Head of Outreach Services at Kenosha Public Library.
And I'm Heather Thompson. I'm the Head of Youth and Family Services at the Kenosha Public Library. Miss Marcia and I are here to read you a story today. But before we read you a story, I wanted to ask Miss Marcia a very important question.
What?
And that is, what was your favorite book when you were a kid?
Well, I have so many favorite books, but the very first book that I remember reading by myself was The Little Red Hen, and it was a little golden book version of that story. And another book that I really remember was the first book that I did a book report on. It was an early chapter book called Shoeshine Girl. And the book that made me become a lifelong reader was Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. That's
a good one.
How about you, Miss Heather?
I have two picture books I remember really liking when I was probably about your age. And that was The True Story of the Three Little Pigs by John Cheska, and The Monster at the End of This Book with Grover from Sesame Street, and that's by John Stone. But I also remember a chapter book that I really, really loved, and that was Matilda by Roald Dahl.
A classic.
Yes, absolutely. Well, let's read this book together, shall we?
Yes, let's. This is Bear Has a Story to Tell, written by Philip C. Stead and illustrated by Aaron E. Stead. It was almost winter, and Bear was getting sleepy. But first, Bear had a story to tell.
Mouse, would you like to hear a story?
Asked Bear with a yawn.
I'm sorry, Bear,
said Mouse.
but it is almost winter, and I have many seeds to gather.
Bear helped Mouse find seeds on the forest floor. When they had finished, Mouse said,
"See you soon,"
and tunneled underground to wait for spring. Bear took slow, sleepy steps through the forest. Fallen leaves crunched under his feet.
Hello, Duck,
said Bear, sitting down to rest his tired legs.
would you like to hear a story?
Quack, quack. I am sorry, Bear,
said Duck.
but it is almost winter, and I am getting ready to fly south.
I will miss you, Duck.
said Bear, and he raised a paw to check the direction of the wind.
Quack, quack. I will miss you too,
said Duck, and off he flew. The sun was heavy and hung low in the sky. Bear's eyelids were getting heavy too. He counted colors to stay awake.
3 pink clouds, 2 red leaves, 1 green frog. Hello,
said Bear.
would you like to hear a story?
Ribbit. I'm sorry, Bear, said Frog, but it is almost winter, and I have to find a warm place to sleep.
Bear dug a frog-sized hole between 2 evergreens. Then he tucked Frog in under a blanket of leaves and pine needles.
Ribbit. Thank you, Bear.
Said Frog.
I will see you in the spring.
Bear leaned against the old oak tree. He stretched and yawned and scratched at his belly.
I wonder if Mole is awake.
He thought.
Mole, are you there? Mole?
Mole was already asleep.
Good night, Mole,
said Bear with a sigh. the first winter snowflakes began to fall. Many months passed, and the sun returned. It melted the snow and woke the trees. Bear rolled out onto the green grass.
It's spring.
He said.
Now I can tell my story.
But first, Bear thought, he brought Mouse an acorn.
Thank you, Bear,
said Mouse. Mouse was hungry after a long winter.
Welcome, Duck.
Called Bear.
You must be tired from your journey.
Bear showed Duck a shady mud puddle he'd found. Bear placed Frog in the sunshine till he was warm and awake. Frog opened one eye, then the other.
Good morning,
said Bear. Bear, Mouse, Duck, and Frog waited all day for Mole to wake up. Finally, Mole poked his nose out into the moonlight.
Mole,
said Bear.
Would you like to hear a story?
Bear gathered his friends. He sat up straight and cleared his throat. He puffed out his chest, and with all of his friends listening, Bear could not remember his story.
It was such a good story,
he said, hanging his head.
But winter is a very long time for a bear to remember.
The friends sat together for a quiet minute. Then Mouse said,
maybe your story is about a bear.
And Duck said,
maybe your story is about the busy time just before winter. Ribbit, I think there should be other characters too.
suggested Frog.
Like a mole,
Said Mole.
and a mouse, and a duck, and a frog.
Bear sat up straight again. He cleared his throat, puffed out his chest, and began his story with,
It was almost winter, and Bear was getting sleepy.
The end.
the end.
What did you think of this story, Ms. Marcia?
Well, the first time I read it, I thought it was a little bit sad. But then I really thought about how lovely it is for people when springtime is coming.
Yeah.
Like kind of now.
Yeah, it is. It's true. It kind of feels like right now everything is starting to wake up again, right?
Yes.
And I really liked how Bear took care of all of his friends. He put the frog in the sunshine, and he gave Mouse an acorn because he was hungry. Like, that's really nice. Bear seems like a really good friend.
Yes, he was caring for all of them even before himself.
Yes,
That's true.
a wonderful story.
Do you have time for one more story?
I do.
I think we have one of your favorites along.
Oh my goodness. What? Oh, it is one of my favorite books.
Interrupting Chicken?
Yes.
This book is called Interrupting Chicken, right?
That's what it says on it. It is called Interrupting Chicken, and it's by David Ezra Stein.
It was bedtime for the little red chicken. Okay, my little chicken, said Papa. Are you all ready to go to sleep?
Yes, Papa, but you forgot something.
What's that? Asked Papa.
A bedtime story.
All right, said Papa. I'll read one of your favorites. And of course, you are not going to interrupt the story tonight.
Oh, no, Papa. I'll be good.
Hansel and Gretel. Hansel and Gretel were very hungry. Deep in the woods, they found a house made of candy. Nibble, nibble, nibble. They began to eat the house until the old woman who lived there came out and said, "What lovely children! Why don't you come inside?" They were just about to follow her when...
Out jumped a little red chicken and she said, "Don't go in, she's a witch!" So Hansel and Gretel didn't. The end.
Chicken,
Yes, Papa?
you interrupted the story. Try not to get so involved.
I'm sorry, Papa, but she really was a witch.
Well, you're supposed to be relaxing so you can fall asleep.
Let's try another story. I'll be good.
Little Red Riding Hood. Take this little basket of goodies to Grandma, said Little Red Riding Hood's mother. But don't stray from the path. The woods are full of danger. Red Riding Hood skipped along through the deep woods. By and by, she met a wolf who wished her good morning. She was about to answer him when...
Out jumped a little red chicken and she said, "Don't talk to strangers!" So Little Red Riding Hood didn't. The end.
Chicken,
Yes, Papa?
you did it again. You interrupted 2 stories. And you're still not even sleepy.
I know, Papa. I'm sorry, but he was a mean old wolf.
Yes. Now, get back into bed.
Okay, Papa. Let's try one more little story. I'll be good.
Chicken Little. Chicken Little was hit on the head by an acorn. The sky is falling, she thought. She was about to run off and warn Goosey Lucy, Ducky Lucky, Henny Penny, and everyone on the farm. The sky was falling when...
Out jumped a little red chicken and she said, "Don't panic. It was just an acorn." So Chicken Little didn't. The end.
Chicken,
Yes, Papa?
you did it again!
Oh, Papa! I couldn't let that little chicken get all upset over an acorn. Please just read one more story, and I promise I'll fall asleep.
But Chicken, said Papa, we are all out of stories.
Papa, I can't go to sleep without a story.
Then Papa said, yawning, why don't you tell me a story?
Me tell a story?
Said the little red chicken.
Okay, Papa. Here we go. Bedtime for Papa by Chicken. Once there was a little red chicken who put her Papa to bed. She read him 100 stories. She even gave him warm milk, but nothing worked. He stayed wide awake all... Papa? Good night, Papa.
The end.
What was your favorite part of that book, Miss Marcia?
My favorite part is the fact that Papa is taking time to read to little chicken every night.
That is really nice of him. Yeah.
I can't stress the importance of that enough. But the funniest part of the story is when Little Chicken tells all of her friends not to panic.
Yeah. She's just like Bear. She was trying to be a really good friend to all the people in the story, wasn't she?
She was just trying to avert disaster,
Yeah.
and she did it quite succinctly.
Do you ever make up endings to stories? What would a story look like if you made up the ending? Maybe try it the next time you're reading a book at home.
Yeah, I usually always make up happy endings, but sometimes the story just isn't going to have a happy ending, and then when it goes wrong, it goes really wrong.
Yeah.
That's how I operate.
I see.
So, well, before we go, I want to say thank you to a few people. I would like to say thank you to the United Way of Kenosha for organizing our reading today. Kenosha Unified School District for being one of our sponsors. And also we have a few sponsors, UW Parkside, Gateway Technical College, and LMI Packaging. And also one final thank you to Kenosha Community Media and Jason Rimkus, who is assisting us by doing our filming today. Thank you everybody and enjoy your time reading. Bye.
Bye.